Hello everybody, Scott on here, and welcome to a new episode of Scott Recommend Movies. And oh boy, I've been wanting to review this for a good while. The 20% 2 Peninsula. This is a sequel to the 2016 movie 20%, which I have already made a review of on my channel right here, so you should definitely check that out, because 20% 1 was one of my favorite movies from last year. At least I watched last year, so I was really looking forward to watching this movie. Because this movie came out the fall 2020. So Peninsula, it has a lot to live up to because the first movie was so great. It's not as great, but it's still a pretty good movie. Not the best movie, but not the worst. It's not a direct sequel, mostly because most of the characters died in the last movie. Spoilers, by the way. But it's an anthology movie, I think. It at least follows different people. It takes place 4 years after the first movie, and it's about some people who are traveling back to Korea to save some money which was left there during the apocalypse. Because in the beginning of the movie we see that there's a zombie outbreak on a boat that travels from Korea, and that kind of shuts down the whole Korea thing. So then Korea is set in a quarantine where nobody can travel in or out of it because of the zombie outbreak, because it's apparently just in Korea. So the main character is sent back to Korea to save some money for a rich man. You know, he's smuggled into the country again, and then he needs to find the money and then smuggle out again. And then he meets some people there, which he has actually met before. A woman, 2 daughters, and an older man. So the movie, it's not like the first movie, it's totally different. The first movie was more of a suspenseful thriller, while this movie is just straight out action. I said it's not as good, but it's still a pretty good movie. This has more Hollywood material. They actually have a budget here. The VFX are actually mind-blowing, if that's what it's called. Because the VFX were at least charming. I don't know if they looked real or fake, but you could see there's something special about it. It actually looked pretty nice. And some of the action scenes were super cool, especially at the end where they had this car chase scene. And the cinematography was also pretty mind-blowing, especially at the end where it was this sunrise. That was super beautiful, the whole scenery. The lights and nature was really beautiful. And this is actually a type of movie that would be a perfect video game. You know, shooter / racer, where you follow the story and then have to shoot zombies, and then in some scenes you have a car chase scene. That would be super cool if they actually made a game out of this. I mean, like, they already have all of the materials, because most of the things in the movie was CGI and digital. So it's only just to convert the CGI object here, make them a little bit smaller so that they fit in a computer, and then convert it into a video game. But now I actually don't know so much more to say, but at least the movie is really good. Not as good as the first movie, but on a normal standard, it's really good. You of course have to read a lot of subtitle. They speak a little bit English in it, but mostly South Korean. But I think it's totally worth it, especially if you have already seen the first Train to Busan movie. And then, if you like South Korean movies, like Train to Busan 1 and 2, you should definitely check out Parasite. This is my review for next week, the South Korean Oscar-winning movie, Parasite. So if you want to watch that review, you should tune in next week on my channel, TSA Movie Film, and watch my review of this one. And if you like this video, you'll probably like some of my other videos, like this video or this video. You should check out my channel right here. And see you next time. Goodbye.